everybody, and warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I hope you're all doing fine, and I'm very happy to see you here today. Today's video will be a viewers questions video, and today is the 19th of September 2023. And today's questions, I'm soon gonna look into those. But before we begin, I must thank you all for all of your support to this channel, for your sharing, for your caring, for your comments, and I'm very grateful. I just have to mention before we begin, I did a couple of days ago a short update for this channel where I mentioned a little bit about my son that was badly injured by the medical staff here in Sweden. And this is not due to this, it's due to other medical conditions, and that made him badly hurt. So no one in our family, in my family, did take this since, very early on. I knew that it was quite not so healthy to do so. Just want to mention that before we begin. Okay then, today's questions for the 19th of September. They are, first question will be about the swine fever that have come up in Sweden lately from nowhere, African swine fever. I'm gonna look into that. The second question will be about missing children in Lahaina. And the third question will be about the earthquake in Morroco. The fourth question will be about those aliens mummies in Mexico, if they are for real or if it's just something they're gonna try to push on us now. And the fifth and last question for today will be about the EAS, EBS, that FIRMA is planning to do in the United States the 4th of October. And there are some rumors around that, and I'm gonna look into that. And before I begin, I also need to mention what could be of importance. There are many questions I cannot talk about in a viewer's question or make videos about overall. I will not make any videos here about the WHO, the World Health Organization's plans for special passports. Nor will I do anything about NATO or WF, World Economic Forum. Sorry, there are too many trigger words if I did videos about that, and that could jeopardize my channel. But for this weekend, probably on Sunday, I will do those questions about NATO and WHO and World Economic Forum, but I will put them out on my Rumble channel, probably on Sunday. The only thing is Rumble, I cannot add any subtitles, so those videos will be without subtitles, just pure me talking and no translations in any language. Unfortunately, still Rumble is not so developed as YouTube, but those videos I can post on Rumble, and probably on Sunday. Hopefully, I will do my best to put them out on Sunday. Well then, let's start with the first question for today, and it was about this African swine fever that have entered Sweden. I need to look at my papers again here. Let's see. And it says that it began on August the 25th, when 7 wild boars were found dead in a limited area a little bit above Stockholm. And no one knows how this disease came to Sweden. Suddenly appeared. But this disease have been in different countries in Europe, but never in Sweden. So this is the first time, and the Swedish authorities are a little bit scared about that. And the many pig farmers, breeders, they are also scared that they're gonna lose their livelihood. Yeah, when they have to, in case that swine fever would come to their livestock, their animals, and they will have to put all the animals to death. And it's a very quite horrible disease. It gives the pigs fevers and bleedings and almost 100% death. So it's quite a painful disease with a lot of suffering for the animals. But we'll start with that question about the swine fever in Sweden. Will it end? Will it get bigger? And let's see if we can get some more answers in the cards. About the swine fever in Sweden. Just need to shuffle them a little bit, and then we'll see what the cards have to say. Swine fever in Sweden. Just two more Morroco cards. I think I need one more here. Let's see, I'm gonna take the pink ones also. Have them here. So it gets a little bit more balanced. Swine fever in Sweden. And some dice. It is good to mention also that this swine fever is a viral disease and only affects pigs, wild boars, pigs, and not humans, only pigs. Let's see what we got. Yeah, and the cards look like this. Yeah, in the tarot cards, we have 8 of coins, Page of Swords, 3 of Cups, Ace of Swords, and 4 of Wands. And in the oracle cards, we have some white lilies, inner conflict, come out of the closet, widower, yeah. Oh, a man who lost his wife, and separation. And on the dice we have life, some palette for oil painting, and a masked figure. What can those cards mean? There is some work on this. They are doing investigations. There is a lot of talk about it in the press and the danger around this swine flu, and this caused a lot of conflict. People are really scared what will happen. For the moment, it has mostly affected only wild boars in the forests. And the truth about this African swine flu, how it came to Sweden, will come out because we had the big card come out of the closet. And it will be taken action against that. I get a strong feeling that this virus was planted in Sweden. It didn't come here naturally. It was brought, somebody brought it to Sweden to create conflict and chaos. And Swedish people love their pork meat, a lot of them. A lot of sausage and everything contains pork meat. And, well, some kind of attack on the food supply. I see it being contained. I don't see it spread to whole Sweden. It just that area could be a little bit bigger, some more cases before it like disappears. And this I say because we have the mask figure. Someone is doing things in disguise to cause this conflict. But it will not be long-lived because the Three of Cups signifies some kind of celebration, some joyful activity. And we also have the separation here. So this will be separated out and will not cause very big damage. I'm gonna take some more cards. Some last cards for this swine flu outbreak. Not swine flu, African swine fever. Swine flu is something different, goes on humans, but swine fever is a viral disease that only affects pigs. Some last cards for this African swine fever. First card, the Lovers, Eight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, and Knight of Coins. Eight of Cups symbolize something that it will turn the back on Sweden. I don't see a giant outbreak affecting many pig farmers. It will be contained somehow, but still some farmers will be affected by this. They will lose their livestock, but I also see that we'll have some kind of recompensation financially. Yeah. And if the pigs are healthy and they're not showing any symptoms, there will not be any need to put them down. And as I said, things will be revealed, and veterinaries and others staff will work quite hard. And as I said, I don't see it spread everywhere. Some last words, last word on this swine fever. Yeah, it will be very well monitored. We have King of Sword, Queen and King of Sword. So even normally when some kind of military activity, police or something, will be involved in this. I also get a very strong feeling they need that area to be closed down for other reasons, not only the swine fever. Something is going on in that area. Yeah. And this outbreak is a little bit undercover because, as I said, the masked figure. I need another one. Eventually, all the truth about that will come out. but there is some other kind of activity, not only due to the swine fever in that area that is totally closed off. Something they found there. Yeah? Okay, let's continue to the next question. And the next question were about the missing children in Lahaina. Yes, this horrible fire in Lahaina, wildfire, that has been shown that it's a very strange fire with many abnormalities. A lot of testimonies from people from the area. That is, yeah, this is not a normal wildfire. Strange thing, everything that had blue color didn't burn. Yeah, that is also quite strange. I didn't know wildfires knew colors, which color to avoid and which not. Well, and there are reports that over 2,000 children did not return to school after summer break. Schools are missing and missing those children. And I'm gonna look into the cards if the missing children, are they alive or did they maybe die in those fires. Officially there are not so many children missing, but unofficially, looking on different other records, there are many children missing. And I just want to mention also before I take the cards that I have some links below in the description on the things I'm talking about. So if you want to check it out, you can also do that. Oh, the cards don't want to collaborate today. Missing children of Lahaina. What happened to them? The missing children of Lahaina. And the last one. And finally some dice. And the cards look like this. In the tarot cards we have 7 of Cups, 8 of Wands, the Strength, 7 of Swords and 8 of Cups. Let go of the control issues in the Oracle cards, Desire, Energy Healing, Wisdom, Power of the Divine, and some mice eating on food. And on the dice we have a donut, slice of watermelon, and the dice of death. About those missing children, not all of them did disappear in the fire. Some of them, yes, because we have the dice of death. Unfortunately, some of those children, missing children, will not be able to be found. But the first card here is 7 of Cups, and that signifies there are a lot of lies, a lot of not true information that is coming out also. We don't know the whole truth about those missing kids. And many of them are in good health because we have the strengths also symbolize health, activity, and and they are somewhere hidden. They are not out for the public. Some of those missing children, unfortunately, they are not with us in this dimension. But many of them did survive, and they are in some safe place. Of course, there are a lot of worries, there are a lot of unspeakable pain and suffering with this, especially when it comes to children. That touches all of us. But according to the cards, they are somewhere hidden, not to be seen, and many of them are in good health. And they're given favorite foods, donuts and watermelons and good stuff. Well, donuts maybe not so healthy, but children like them. Let's see if I can get some more info about the missing children. Let's hope that those cards are correct. Can we get some additional information about the missing children? Can we get some additional information? I think there are many of those missing children are in safe places. We have Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and 7 of Coins. And in the card in the center are 4 of Wands, and that many times signifies movement, if you move to a new place. So they are somewhere else, like living somewhere else. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, and they did some hard work to move them there. One card, if we will know the truth soon. Yes, we have 6 of coins. It will be given to us. The truth will be given. I cannot say exactly the time frame, but it seems like many of them are safe and it will come out. Okay. Well, that was my answer for the missing children in Lahaina and all the horrible crimes that were committed in Lahaina due to this so-called intelligent wildfire. Justice will be made for this, and those responsible will not be able to escape. And justice will be very hard on them, extremely hard. Okay. And let's see for the third question, and it's about the big earthquake that hit Morroco. And that was, let's see here if I have some information on that. Just a moment. And this big earthquake hit Morroco the 8th of September. And it the strongest epicentrum was just below Marrakesh, and it was a magnitude of 6.8 and in almost 2 kilometers depth. Unfortunately, more than 2,700 people are presumed dead due to this horrible earthquake. I'm gonna look into that earthquake and see if we can get some additional information about it. The strange thing is that it's almost 2 kilometers below, and many of you who know what that means, yeah, you know, there are certain things I cannot say on this channel. Yeah, and that's almost 2 kilometers below ground have a special meaning. And it's the biggest earthquake that hit Morocco for over 50 years. Yeah, it was more than 50 years ago when they suffered from a really big one. Let's see. Earthquake Morocco. Can we get some more info? Artistic expression. Earthquake Morocco. And finally, some dice. Let's see what we have here. My child. Yeah, and the cards look like this. We have in the tarot cards the Tower, 7 of Swords, 3 of Coins, 8 of Cups, and 8 of Swords. In the Oracle cards we have the Death card, Codependency, Clear and Shield Your Energy, and Ice Bear, and Integrity Compromise. And on the dice we have My Childhood, Salty, and a Little Duck. So, according to the cards, yes, there was a big earthquake. We have the Tower, everything is shaking, and the Death. So there are many people dead because of this earthquake. And there are a lot of worries when will it be hitting again, a new earthquake, and people are very scared. Yeah. And it costs a lot of money. Many people lost their homes, as they do in earthquakes. I'm gonna take one more here on this earthquake to see if it was natural or if it was man-made earthquake. We got the Star and the Emperor. I don't see it like completely natural, no. It looks like it got a little bit bigger than it was planned to. But I also get a strong feeling that a lot of help will be given to Morocco to rebuild those houses and somehow try to help those people that were affected from this. And somehow this earthquake is like information, or in the news it's putting on ice. It's not so much talked about. It's like they're keeping it quiet, so something more is cooking. Yeah. I get a strong feeling that somehow this earthquake was a planned earthquake. Let's take some more cards on this earthquake in Morroco. Some more info. Can we get some more information? Yeah. Okay, this earthquake will cause a lot of anger when things come out what it's really about. And the authorities, or I say the good side of authorities, are working very hard to clear things out. It will cause a lot of anger, though. And the Moroccan people are very passionate people, and when things come out what it is about, they're gonna get quite angry. Well, let's take some last 3 cards about this earthquake. Some last 3 cards about the earthquake in Morroco. Here were 5 of coins, the world or universe, and 8 of wands. A lot of poor people, unfortunately, was hit by this. Poor constructions in the buildings, and they lost their homes, their livelihood. But I see also here the world, it like they will get a fresh start, new start. So get a strong feeling that some kind of project for building new and better houses will start around that area, and a lot of people will receive helps, funds, but also some kind of new homes. Yeah, and there will be a lot of activity around that area. Yeah, there are many things unfortunately I cannot tell on this channel. Yeah, but people will get surprised what is really going on. Okay, let's continue to the next question, and it was about those alien mummies in Mexico. On the 14th of September, in the Congress of Mexico, they showed 2 alien mummies supposedly found. And they say those mummies were found, let's see where. Yeah. They were recovered near Peru's ancient Nazca lines and had been carbon dated by Mexico's National Autonomous University. And they concluded that they are more than 1,000 years old. And they claimed that they were not related to any species on Earth. Yeah. Those mummies they found look a lot like E.T. Smaller version of E.T. or a thinner version of E.T. So So let's see if those mummies are for real or if it's just something to push on us now to trigger more those UFO alien attack scare tactics. Let's see, alien mummies in Mexico. Are they for real or is this just for show? Alien mummies in Mexico. Add some dice. One, two, three. Yeah. The cards look like this. Well, what do we have here? We have 7 of coins, Ace of coins, 8 of wands, 10 of wands, and Knight of cups. Then we have our baby, romantic feeling, trust, a snake, preparation, prayer, and we have the pyramids, a little bird that's singing, and 2 friends shaking hands. According to the cards, there is a lot of work put into those alien mummies, and they cost a lot of money, all this procedure with the mummies, and a lot of hard work because of that 10 of wands. And we have the pyramids, and we have a little bird and 2 friends shaking hand. So there is some kind of cooperation to make it look like some ancient mystery. And those mummies, they are small like babies because we have a baby here. And they want us to trust that work they had put. But we have the snake in paradise and preparation. So something fishy, something that is not completely clean or true is mixed into all this. It looks very real, they have a very good explanation, but the snake came up. So something is not that completely okay with those mummies. They cost a lot of work to prepare or make, to make them look real. Yeah. According to the cards, it doesn't look like they are for real. Even though alien may exist, they do exist, but not as those mummies anyway. Let's take some 3 less cards on the alien mummies. One, 2, and 3. Alien mummies. Here again we have the magician, the fool, and the emperor. So someone in very high position suddenly decided to put this out. And magician is someone that is making an illusion. They want to do some kind of a trick to make it look like magic, something that is not out of this world. Yeah, and the fool, yeah, it's also a little bit to get people fooled. So I would take, according to the cards, those mummies with a little, suspicion. According to the cards, those two mummies are not the real thing. Okay. Well, guys, let's continue to the last question for today's viewers' question, and that is about EAS, EBS, that is coming out in the United States the 4th of July. And it is FEMA that is sending some kind of emergency signal to all the phones, cell phones, for the population in the United States. At least it's planned for the 4th of October. If everything goes well, they're gonna put that out. And then there is a lot of rumors on different platforms that this signal comes with a special vibration, that it could trigger some kind of strange reaction in people, and this and that. Anyway, I'm gonna look into that question and see what the cards have to say about that EBS, EAS that is going to come out the 4th of October. If it's dangerous or if it's, what could be behind it. EAS, EBS. And two more to go. And finally, some dice. And the cards look like this. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. So it's the 4th of October 2023 this year. We are planning to put out this EAS. And in the tarot cards we have 6 of Wands, 5 of Cups, the World, 4 of Cups, and Judgment. Then we have again an ice spear. Here it says authentic purpose, purification, falseness, playfulness. And on the dice we have a crown, a crab, and revolting. According to the cards, this EBS, it's not completely pure. There is something behind the scenes, and it's quite revolting. Because we have the falseness, 4 of Cups, and revolting straight under each other. And that means there is some not so good agenda or thing behind it, but they will not be able to do whatever they were planned originally from this. They will be disappointed because whatever was planned with this EAS will not work as they wanted to. And they, I mean those bad guys, evil guys. And some kind of change or some kind of interference with this EAS will come, and it will not turn out to be harmful. Maybe it was, I cannot say for sure, planned to be harmful from the beginning, but it will not be able to play out as they planned for. They wanted to really pinch, we have the crab here, pinch the people, and whatever was planned was revolting. Yeah? And we have the ice spear, something will be put on ice, and the Six of Wands, and they will have success to put this on ice. So, yeah, it will not do any harm. Maybe the harm was planned from the beginning, but it will not be able to do harm because you have the world in center, good stuff, good new start, end of problems, and purification above. So yeah, there are some changes behind the scenes that we are not aware of. So this EAS will not have any harmful effects on the people. Well, let's take some last cards for the EAS, if there is any last information to be said. EAS, 4th of October, 2023. Ace of Coins, 8 of Wands, and 3 of Coins. They invested a lot of money in this EAS, yeah, but I still don't see it harmful. Yeah. Let's take some 3 last cards to see if the real EBS that we are all waiting for, if it finally comes or not. Could be a good question. Will the real one, the real one, come soon? This I have to take. Yeah. Will the real EAS, EBS come soon? We have Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, King of Coin, and 9 of Sword. I need one more. It looks like, and then it's the Strength. It will come out, and it will be men and women talking about young people, a bit older people talking in this EAS signal. And we have the card of Ace of Cups. Something is good, something is loving. And it will not, many people will be shocked and they will think that it's not for real, but it will be real. And a lot of people will, what is this, and will really get nervous. Understandable. Can we take one card and see when? This is message. When will the message come? Page of Wands. And we have 6 of Wands. So it looks like it will come. And 6 could be, I don't know if that is 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 months. Not 6 years. Or the month of June next year. But still, it looks like it will come, the real one, the good one. Well, that was my reading for today, for the viewer's question. And if you have liked what you have seen and heard, please don't forget to press like button, share button and subscription button. And if you maybe would have a question that you would like me to answer in a video like this, feel free to mail me. You have my email address below in the description, but also some links from today's reading. Or you can maybe put a question in the comment section. And the thing is, I cannot promise that specifically your question will come up. Many questions cannot be answered in this YouTube channel. I will try in the future maybe to do other readings that I post on Rumble. But that is, as I said earlier, without subtitles. And things about financial advice, should I buy silver, should I sell house? I will not answer those questions. Or cryptocurrency. I cannot do any financial advices with my tarot cards. And then there you have to use your own logic or other kinds of sources for information. I will not make any financial advices here. Okay then, to all of you wonderful viewers out there, I want to thank you so much for watching, and take care, be strong, big changes are coming, and we have to be brave and don't fall into despair, because even if it looks quite dark, this night will soon go into day, and we're gonna see some light again. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon. Bye bye.